Check 1 2 3. 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 Check 1. Okay, there we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between, and Clover. Welcome back to Spartan 923 Gaming. I am your host, Spartan 923, aka Firehawk 5150, aka Lucas, and we are back on the build table where I've just finished up a few pieces of Emo's Pizza, and we're about to get back to the build. So, excuse me. I'm sure the title of this I will probably be yelled at by my friend Archie, but I think it's pretty fair to say that it's the F-15 of the Zoid world, but that's me. Anyway, that's done. Away with you. Oh, wait. Missed. There we go. So, yeah, we're going to be back on the build table here with the Storm Sorter that we just started up in the first half. Currently working on the main body and thruster, and we've already got the head and the neck taken care of over here. So, and I got a good chewing out from from Clover because I did what I do when I'm nervous, and I completely railed on myself at the last few minutes of the last stream. So, sorry. Anyway, I will fix the Dutch angle that the camera's at the moment, but let's get this finished up here. Tuesday, we'll be back in Hollow Knight, continuing our journey through the Hollow Nest and finding out what corruption has overtaken the land. Thursday, maybe Uno, maybe Sea of Thieves, maybe GTA. We'll see. All comes down to what's coming out, so we'll find out. And then next Saturday, we'll be back on this, continuing the build of the Storm Sorter. We are currently at 161 followers. Gotta hit snooze. Hang on. Trying to do this fast because I rambled so much last time. We're at 161 followers. That's 9 away from our 170 follower goal. I'd like to hit that by the end of the year if possible, because I know my luck. So please feel free. Tell your friends, tell your family. If they're on Twitch, hell, come just drop us a follow. We don't care. I don't care if they even watch. They can come, drop us a follow, and then that will help attract more people. When those ones roll off the follow list, they'll be replaced by new people. So yay. Brain stopped. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and ring the bell over at our YouTube, Spartan923 at YouTube, where all of our videos are from day one onward. Yes, I'm watching that. Then if you really want to help out the channel, though, I mean, like, help out the channel, contribute, all that kind of stuff, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because not only does it get rid of these pesky ads that I have now used my last snooze on, it also helps us out with server fees, maintenance fees, groceries, model kits, and diapers for little baby Brace, so we greatly appreciate that. And with that, I don't have much else to say, so let's get this camera aimed right and resettled, and then we will get back into the build. Because I've already got my drink, I've eaten my dinner, and we're good to go. Okay, that's my marking tab, so let's get that done. Let's get these switched over. Nope, that's wrong. There we go. Okay, that fixed the Dutch angle. Now, And yes, my Xbox is on because I listen to stuff while I am doing this. And since I don't have copyright on them, I can't have you guys listen to it too while I am listening to it. So that's why you guys are listening to the elevator music, as Clover calls it. Sorry, Chloe's a different person that watches my stream. And you have options today. I can keep listing the stats of the storm sorter, or I could tell you about the time that I was at my brother's bachelor party, and we go from there. Your guys' choice. Oh, 50 seconds till the first ad here, guys. Got enough points for this? Oh, no! I don't think I can hear that. I think you might have just wasted your points. I'm sorry. I know my sound alerts are really janked up. I really gotta fix them. Okay. Okay, take it easy, Clover. Sorry the little guy wasn't on. Okay. Okay, well, I brought it up, so I guess I'll talk about it. So, interesting, of course, came out recently, Pan and all that. So, I'm going to tell you guys a little something. Uh, as a guy, I've probably been to, you probably think, oh, this guy's probably been to a strip club or something like that. I have been to 2 strip clubs in my entire life. One, I don't think you really call a strip club. I would call it a strip bar because it is a small bar with one pole, and that was it. I was kind of forced to go to it because at the time, the dickhead manager uh, thought it'd be a great bonding technique or just to make the guy uncomfortable. Well, the thing is what they didn't know about me is that, in all honesty, yeah, I'm attracted to lovely women and stuff like that. I mean, my lovely partner is a beautiful woman. Um, but the thing is that I'm more being Pan. I'm not there to ogle them. I am more there to. I'd be more there like, oh, she looks like she's nice, and so while they're all going, ooh yeah, baby, all that kind of stuff, throwing dollars and stuff at them and all that shit. I go, so one comes over and she kind of props up on my knee and stuff like that. And before anyone gets on me, my partner at the time, we were married. And of course, the guys are like, don't tell her that we're going. Don't tell her we're going. How stupid are you? Don't tell her that we're going. I told her, like, hey, they're taking me to a club. There's going to be people dancing on poles and stuff. And they're like, and she's like, okay, fine. Just let me know how it goes. And I'm like, sweet. So I'm like, I'm good. And I'd be like, I go there and and, and it just all goes well. One lady came up and she kind of propped up on my knee for a little bit, and I was like, okay, well, this is fine. So she's like, so how are you doing today? I'm like I'm good. I'm kind of tired, bit of a long day. It's like, oh, well, that's so. And I'm like, and how are you doing? Are people treating you? And I start going, how are you doing? Is your day going okay? And like, it's like, oh, I'm good. And I'm like, everyone here treating you okay? No one giving you any trouble or anything like that? And it's like, no, everything's good. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad that I'm glad you have a nice, safe place that you can work at. And she seemed rather flattered by that. And then I, of course, tipped her and she went off to another customer and stuff like that. And then she eventually kind of came back and started talking to me again. I believe her name was like I don't remember what it was. So I so that went by, and the guys are just like, they stopped inviting me because I wasn't fun. I'm like, okay, so I'm not fun. Great. Like, it's like it's only fun. It's only fun when you're uncomfortable and all that, and you're not fun. And I'm like, okay, great, whatever. So never went back to that bar again. Unfortunately, well, fortunately or unfortunately, I do know that Rio was like, oh, maybe not. Maybe you should take me sometime. I'm like, sure. It seemed like a pretty interesting place. So, but that was back when we were like a bit more party hardy than anything, and now we're kind of a bit more with Bray and all. Uh, we're a lot more responsible now. So, but I mean, the thing that bugged me the most about the whole thing was they weren't just going to try to make me uncomfortable. They were going because they wanted to like see me drunk and stuff. And the thing is, I would I would always temper how much I was drinking because they would order these things called blue motherfuckers, which are technically, I believe, blue Hawaiians, which are pretty much pretty much a Long Island iced tea with blue Caracal. And I was like, okay. So they all tried to order me that, and for like a Christmas party, and they got me drunk, and none of them were gonna help me out. They said, "Hey man, you good? Do we need to call someone for you or something like that?" I'm like, yeah, I'm like, at that point, when I hear, "Can we call someone for you?" or something like that, that is the complete intention of we will get you someone to drive you home, but we will not help you. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. So I messaged my partner and said, hey, the guys took me out for a thing for Christmas, and I drank a bit. I want to let you know I'm leaving now. I feel I'm buzzed, but I know I shouldn't. She's like, well, why don't you wait a bit? And I did. I ended up like going to a McDonald's that was nearby, and I got myself some food. I ate it. A few minutes later, I used the restroom, stuff like that. I sobered myself out, and I was like, I ended up calling her. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But she's like, it's fine. You're going hanging out with people. That's good. And I'm like, man, but I really didn't want to. And so I was like, okay, fine. And for everyone about to have an ad in 20 minutes, I'll try to wrap this up. So yeah, I was like, all right, I'll continue after the break. Empty frame. But anyway, I'm sorry. I just completely petered off of that. So uh, with my brother's bachelor party, um, we got pizza, we hung out and did stuff, and they decided they wanted to go to a strip club. Well, the thing was, I'm like, it's his party, that's fine. Like, I'm like, I was kind of feeling bad though, because I really wanted to just kind of give him my own gift, which was I wanted to take him out to a nice steak dinner or something like that. But the boys were there, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll do what they want, and then maybe on the back end, I'll be able to take him out and stuff like that. So, um, they all wanted to go skiing and everything else. I really just wanted to stay home, stay at the place, and work on my best man speech because I had never been a best man, and I'm like, I really want to work on this, guys. And my brother said, he's like, I'll cover your I'll cover your skiing fee and all that. I'm like, no, 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 no. I really, it's not that I'm afraid of skiing. It's just I know that I don't take instruction very well. At least with my ADHD, I don't really learn like other people do. And I know that something like skiing, I'm sure that I would frustrate the daylights out of any instructor. Um, So I was like, It's probably best I don't." And it's like, that's fine, that's cool. And so, but yeah. But anyway, so the big night happens. We get pizza. Everyone's like, "Oh, let's go to this one. Let's go to this one." And it's like, okay, okay, okay. So we go, and we all go to this one little place that's pretty uh beer heavy, and go there, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to a strip club after this." I'm like, "Fine, sure, yeah." I was the designated driver. I'm like, "I will be the designated driver. You guys have your fun. I'll be the designated driver." And I mean, everyone kept trying to buy me a drink and stuff like that. I'm like, "No, no, no." I'm like, "Guys, seriously. I'm designated driver. Let me be the designated driver." And like, "Well, we could get an Uber and stuff like that." No, it's fine, guys, seriously. And so we get there, and it's I've not been, like I said, I've not been to a lot of good strip clubs, or like I've been not been to a lot of strip clubs. So I will say this one probably, in my opinion, probably wasn't one of the best. Most likely, definitely wasn't one of the best. I will say that the place I went to here with the guys at work was probably, I thought that that one was a bit more than that one. But I think the one that thing this place had going for it was the bar. So I was like, okay, fine, great. But so we get there, and then all the guy, I'm sitting at a booth. I'm like trying to keep myself out of it. No, I've been to three strip clubs. Never mind. Uh, so I'm like, okay, okay, it's fine. And so I'm sitting there, and there's like stuff, and I've of course messaged Rio and all that. I'm like, honey, I'm at a strip club. And she's like, that's fine. That's fine. I'm like, I know, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm at a strip club and all that. And she's like, I expected as much. Don't worry. I know you. You're not going to do anything stupid. And and you know, I'm like, yeah, I know. So I'm there, and uh, then all of a sudden, this one girl who'd walked around and talked to us, Uh, very nice uh, lady. She was about to be up next. Well, all the guys at the had just been at the stage, and then they were all leaving. And this one girl was just coming out, and sorry, was just coming out, and was like, everyone was leaving as her show was starting. I'm like, I can't have that happen. I'm like, no, 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 no. And so I went up and I sat for her performance. I'm like, guys, come on. And my brother even noted, he's like, dude, this guy is just a swell guy. The one girl comes out, we all leave, and he goes up there because he felt that, and he felt bad. And I like, Luke, you going up there? I'm like, she just came and talked to us, and you guys are just leaving her to just perform on her own. I mean, come on. And I mean, I justified it that way. I'm like, yeah, and she was attractive. I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with it or anything like that. I mean, I'm an admirer of the human figure and female figure and the male figure and all that. Uh, but again, it's all personality to me, and she had a nice personality, and I was like, she's like, thank you and all that stuff, and like left her tips and all that other stuff. And she came over, and one of the guys who had walked away, she had like immediately like locked in on. He put it down there, and I remember. Um, I don't remember exactly who it was, but I know it was one of the guys who walked away, and she remembered that they were one of the guys that walked away, and he put down that money. She came up, put his head on her chest, and then smacked the side of his head with her boobs, and I was like, wow. And I'm like, wow, I'd hate to be on your bad side. And it's like, well, you're not. And I'm like, oh, great, awesome. But so we so after that, Okay. So went to that one. And then afterwards, they're like, hey, we're going to go to this small one. It's open for a bit. I'm like, guys, I'm getting tired. But they're like, we'll just go there for a little bit. I'm like, okay, fine. So then there was a poll going around where they wanted to get my brother a lap dance. Like, okay. I'm like, and so I'm like, all right, fine. Well, as they're trying to plan all this together, I'm kind of getting a little for myself at the moment. And there's this nice girl walking around, very lovely and very sweet, and talked to me and was very nice. And I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll get a private dance or something like that. But of course, I probably would have ruined the whole thing. So they're like, "Hey, we're thinking about getting that one for her and for him for a private dance." I'm like, "Oh, okay." It's like, "What do you think that?" I'm like, "No, I was actually gonna go for that." It's like, "Oh, you can go for that one." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. If we're not gonna be here long, let's get him his, and that's fine." So, so we all put in our money on that, and and so yeah, no problem. Just went on there, and I, of course, sat at the side of the stage. He got his thing and all that, and woo, fun, boobies, all that stuff. Yeah. And so that all went well. And then sooner, I was just like, Matt, I'm tired. I really want to go. Can we go? And and he's like, hey, you just hang in there for a little bit. And so we get to where the place is closing down. They're still wondering if there's another place and all that. I'm like, guys, I just want to say right now, if you want to go somewhere else, we'll go somewhere else. But I am getting tired. I am tired. And they're like, and then my brother kind of stood up for me a bit. He's like, you know what, guys? Yeah, yeah. You know what? We got a big day tomorrow. For all the guys that are going skiing and all that, let's go home and let's just go and let's call it a night for the night. And they're like, oh, okay, okay, sure. And so, uh, so they were really, that was really cool of them to do that, and so I appreciate it. So we went back. I hit the bed so fucking hard. I was like, I'm done. I've done my duty. All I have to do is write this damn speech, and then just then just hopefully I can get him a dinner, and then we're on our way. And I'm like, and I mean, there was a time where I did, I did end up, um, I told the guys, I'm like, look, you guys do this. I think before all that, I went out and I was like, guys, I'm gonna turn on the hot tub. I just need a soak. I need to get today off. And so I just went and I enjoyed a nice hot soak in the hot tub. A few guys came out. I will say that the hot tub eventually kept blowing a breaker. Yeah. Yeah. So, but all in all, it was a good night. Uh, it wasn't terrible. I enjoyed the cabin. We had a fire. We just kind of chilled and had fun. Everyone kept watching this Naked and Afraid show the entire time. I was up in my room watching Spaceballs, the animated series. So, yeah. Uh oh. Okay. Oh, Lucky find. Lucky find. All right, so there's the body. No, the thing about me and strip clubs is it's not that I don't enjoy them. I mean, like I said, I appreciate the human figure and stuff like that. But again, I just don't. It may be just the way I was raised, is that I was always taught to be respectful, and I believe that these women are doing a job that, in all honesty, they shouldn't have to do, but they do it proudly, and they are earning a living legitimately, and that they take pride in it, and they perform for a bunch of guys who uh, are just sitting there drooling and scraping over them and stuff like that. Where me, I'm just a guy who's like, I appreciate that they're doing something that's uh, they're proud of doing and that they're happy doing. I'm sure they could be anything that they want to be. They do something else for sure. But if they're confident enough in themselves to do this and see it as their career, then good for them. So it's not that I don't enjoy them, or number one, it may just not, I may just not have the mentality of what your typical strip club goer has. Meaning, I go there and I'm like, oh, look at that one. She's nice and she's pretty and all this stuff. And then I'm like, I hope she's having a good night. Stuff like that. That's how my mind is when it comes to this crap. Um, Jesus. I'm sorry, I've not had any music playing. I am so sorry, guys. 20 minutes of no music. I am sorry. Okay. So we're getting close to the end here, folks. 3 minutes ago. I don't think starting anything would be smart to do, so let's do a little bit of stat reading. I'll do the first military history on this. ZAC 2100 March, serving as escort for the Blade Liger. The Republic deployed Arthur Borgman and his Blade Liger as a combat test with the goal to bring back data from the Galil ruins. For this mission, the Storm Sorter was deployed alongside him to serve as an escort. It carried 2 gun snipers for added support. When the Blade Liger was ambushed by the Empire's new small-scale OS Zoid, the Rev Raptors, it dropped the gun snipers into battle, allowing Arthur and his Blade Liger to escape. Once their unit reached the Galil ruins, the 2 gun snipers went inside the ruins with the Blade Liger. The Storm Sorter, who circled above the ruins, took severe damage to its wing from charged particle beam from the Genosaur had used to blast its escape route from the ruins. So, whew. I'm thinking about getting a Geno Breaker. Honestly, I have a Genosaur. I think a Geno Breaker would be good for the collection. But, well. I think finally little Bray's settled down. He's been crying for like the last hour, and I'm hoping he's okay, but said that he was just pitching a fit. So, last thing we did was this. So we're taking off from here and here. Oh my gosh. Really? We're almost done? Oh, I thought this one was gonna take longer. All right. All right, so that's where we're at right now, guys. We've got the head here ready to go, pilot already installed. We have our Zoid core, of course, because this thing's not active yet. And then we got our main body. So that leaves us with the booster pack, the legs, the wings. I'm a little sad that this thing's going to be done so soon. But then we'll be able to move on to something new, like maybe the Iguan or the Raven Raptor. Who knows? So it's all progress. But I do have a little bit of a fund going on for some new big models. So we'll see what goes on. Because, like I said, I want to get a Geno Breaker. I want to get an Iron Kong. I want to get a D Bison. Some very good ones that I've been after. So we'll see how that goes. The D Bison and the Iron Kong I really want to get as soon as I can. So we'll see. Let me just message somebody here. Okay, so with that, as I said before, well, first off, this video should be up tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Central U.S. time tomorrow. I'll check the other one to see if it is up and running. If not, it'll be up tomorrow for sure, definitely. As of right now, our schedule, Tuesday we'll be back in Hollow Knight, continuing our adventure. Continuing our adventure through the Hollow Nest and figuring out what has corrupted our world. And then Thursday, it'll either be GTA, Sea of Thieves, Uno, Minecraft, something along those lines. So we'll see what happens. It all comes down to what is being released in what, and we'll see what happens. The next Saturday, possibly wrapping this up. That's a bit of a shame, but we'll see. But anyway. I apologize for the loss of audio, loss of background music today, and the 20 minutes of silence. I am sorry. So yeah. We are at 161 followers, as 9 away from our 170 follower goal. So please hit that follow button, help get us mentioned and suggested to the people who would like our content. We'd greatly appreciate that. Also, remember to like, follow, subscribe, and ring the bell over at our YouTube, Spark923 at YouTube. And if you could, if you want to help out the channel, we'd appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button, because subscribing not only gets rid of those pesky ads, but it helps us out with server fees, maintenance fees, groceries, model kits, and diapers for little baby Bray. So we greatly appreciate the help there. And I will say, this Tuesday coming up is Little Bray's birthday, so I'll try to have him at least on once for his birthday, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, he's gonna be 2, and we already celebrated his birthday over the weekend because it's a weekday. But it's gonna be fun. So. We're not going to do anything big or anything like that. Just have him on, wish him happy birthday, and go from there. I'm messing my hair up for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, I don't have my moderator here, so I'm being just completely slob at the moment. So, and with that, guys, remember to get out there, discover, explore, create, innovate. We will see you here next time on Spark923 Gaming. I love you guys. Take it easy. Oh, man, I'm so tired. Let's get this done and put it to bed.